and we're very happy you've joined us. This is Better Quesnel, and we are so happy to be back with all of you to bring wonderful recipes into your homes and to give you lots of wonderful ideas of how to boost your immune systems and just feel good. My name is Donna, and
This is Peggy, and I hope we're reaching some of the old friends that we've made in the past and are making some new friends. And it's a challenge to take care of your family. Sometimes it seems maybe ordinary, but it's an act of love, and we're here to help you find some new ways to do that.
Yes, and we know that some of you have already shared the recipes that we've shown in the past and how you're trying them and you're enjoying them. So it just really warms our hearts that we're able to share more recipes as we go along. So we're very excited to get started. So I think I'll get started.
All right.
All right. So the first recipe that I'm going to share with you today is corn and black bean cakes. And so often we think of hot cakes and it being a breakfast item. So I wanted to share this recipe that I cook for my husband and my family, and it's just an alternative to hot cakes, and we can use it for breakfast but also for a dinner item. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour, and then half a cup of cornmeal, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And we're gonna mix that all together and make sure that it's well combined. And then we are going to make a well in the middle, and we're gonna add 1.5 cups of unsweetened almond milk. And if you go into the grocery store, sometimes there are just so many choices, and it can be a little bit confusing, even for myself that has been purchasing these types of milks for many years. But when it calls for unsweetened milk, I usually will buy unsweetened or original. So we're going to put that in, and we're going to just stir it up a little bit. And then we're going to start adding all of our hearty ingredients for the pancakes. So we're going to start with actually a 1/4 cup of applesauce, and it gives it just a little bit of a sweet flavor. And then we're going to have some red bell pepper, which is really high in antioxidants and lots of vitamins. And then we're going to add 1 cup of corn kernels. And what I like about these corn cakes is they're colorful, so it's really, really nice. I have used some green onions from my hothouse, and then I'm going to add the black beans. So we're just going to put all these dishes off to the side, and then we are going to combine all of this. And what I like about these corn cakes too is they're colorful. And when you put them on your plates for your meal, it's just really satisfying to know that you have lots of wonderful ingredients that you are putting into your body. So I'm just going to mix those up, and then I'm going to get my pan ready. So we're going to do get my pan ready, and then just going to combine that a little bit more. And while we're waiting for our pan, people often think black beans, or beans in general, what are they good for? And so the benefits of black beans are they're rich in antioxidants. They have vitamin A, calcium, folate, magnesium, iron, and potassium in them. They're full of fiber, which is really, really important as well, and protein. Because protein is really good for our brain health, and it helps us to feel full, and our meal is much more satisfying when it is part of the ingredients. So I'm just going to make sure that is getting warm. And for the corn cakes, you want to warm them up enough so that you put a little bit of water in the frying pan, And when the water starts to sizzle a little bit, then you know that your pan is ready. And what I'm often told is I like to cook with my pan a little bit hot more often, but sometimes I have to admit I do get in a hurry. So my pan is almost ready. And then we're gonna put those corn cakes on. And I'm just gonna use just a little bit of olive oil, the spray, just a little bit so that your cakes don't stick to the pan. And then you take about a quarter of a cup, you spread it in your pan, and you don't want your cakes to stick together because it's much harder to turn them. So you just give your cakes about 3 or 4 minutes, or until they're crispy on one side. And then we're gonna turn them. So what I like is they're really, really colorful. And I don't know about you, but I know that when I'm making different recipes, the color is really intriguing, and it's much more inviting to eat. And I often use just a non-stick pan because non-stick pans are much easier to wash up, and your food doesn't stick as often, and you don't have to use a lot of oils or even a lot of spray in the pans when they are non-stick. So, our hot cake, just turning that first one. And when I make hot cakes too, it's always a challenge to make sure when you flip it, it doesn't break. And so that's always really nice too when you're making these corn cakes, just making sure that they aren't going to break. And sometimes one cake takes longer than the other, and that's okay. And they're a nice brown, crispy tone, which is really nice. Oh. There we go. So we're just going to give that one just a little bit of time, and I'm going to turn the burner down just a little bit, and I'm going to get a plate. And just one more item. Now on these corn cakes, if you would like to put something on them, which I really recommend because it just adds to the flavor. So what I like to use is the tofu sour cream, and it's a non-dairy option that you can buy at Save On Foods, and it's just a really nice, adds a really nice flavor, and it is white, just like the dairy sour cream. So if you're trying to eat just a little bit less dairy, I use the tofu sour cream. So there is our black bean and corn cake recipe. And what you can do is just take a little bit of sour cream and put it on top. And my family also likes salsa. So we just put a little bit on top, and in place of butter or margarine, this is also a really nice addition. And so this is our black bean and corn cakes, and they are really, really delicious. They taste very good, they're very filling, a really wonderful carbohydrate, just to make you feel fuller longer. So I really hope that you will try these black bean and corn cakes for your next family's breakfast or dinner. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.